Dude, I don't believe it. I actually straight up don't believe it. Is that actually someone trying to defend it? I kind of want to see it, but then I kind of don't want to see it at the same time. Yeah, fuck it. I might as well. I want to hear this out.
I have
Let me see.
been able to play the new Assassin's Creed Shadow game.
Uh-huh.
It's a pretty good game.
Uh-huh.
And
Oh, wait. So you're telling me that you played Assassin's Creed Shadows?
Been able to play the new Assassin's Creed Shadow game. It's a pretty good game.
Does he hold like big influence? Question mark. Is this your channel? How big is your Twitch channel? Let me see. No, I just want to see your Twitch. I'm not trying to subscribe. I want to see your Twitch.
Oh, what's up? JD here.
Interesting. They're really big streamers. 66K followers on Twitch. He gets about 1 to 2K viewers or so, roughly. At least from what I'm seeing anyways from these things. Interesting. Interesting indeed. All right. Okay. All right, JD. That's the son of the voice actor of Granddad from the Boondocks. This guy? This dude? All right. Let me hear what he has to say. Let's hear what he has to say about Assassin's Creed Black Shadows. Let's see. Let me find out.
And I enjoy it, but obviously there are people who don't like it because they don't like black people. They also don't.
Man, we're not even 30 seconds of the video, and that's how you start off?
Like historical inaccuracies in a game that is make-believe. Yeah, you don't have to block Arrow. Give them a 10-minute timeout because I mean, I don't know if you want to. They can support Trump all they want. Just keep all that stuff out my chat. But like I was saying, Ubisoft has made Assassin's Creed Shadows. Assassin's Creed Shadows is a game that takes place in feudal Japan.
So you're saying this is the son from a voice actor who did the Boondocks? Man, how much there is a difference between Granddad from the Boondocks and his son, to be honest. I am gonna be checking that out.
During the reign of Nobunaga, and also it takes on the story of Yosuke, which is a controversy within itself, because how could black people no, you could have kept the timeout. Because how could black people exist and or function and or thrive anywhere but in chains? So there are people going out of their way now to start drama based off of the fact that there is a black man in the game, right? So here is a video.
If I remember correctly, wasn't the argument about the game itself is because they're glorifying Yosuke as this famous samurai? Wasn't this like the actual initial problem with Assassin's Creed Black Shadows? I thought this was the argument that was the issue with Assassin's Creed Black Shadows, is that Ubisoft made Yosuke to be this famous, legendary samurai, you know? And in the interview where they literally said they wanted to make a samurai person or a Japanese person, but like to use them through their eyes, you know, like their version of them, if I remember correctly. Bro, I don't care if the dude's Italian or if he's fucking, or if he's freaking Indian, dude. The problem is that Yosuke, from confirmation from many people and many sources, he was just not a samurai. So that is the main problem, that Ubisoft is selling this, and also Ubisoft saying that, like, multiple times, they've said it multiple times that it's historically accurate, and then they changed it, but then sometimes they'll say it again in certain different videos and different articles and all this other stuff from their words. So it's kind of like,
that I'm currently looking at that says, "Wake up, Ubisoft. Wake up, Ubisoft, defender, and hear our voice. What kind of Assassin's Creed game destroys an actual religious site? Japanese culture is consumed but receives no respect. Here is a perfect example." Now, it is obvious that whoever is playing this demo is going out of their way to make this controversial content, because I had access to the game. You can watch my first impressions on my YouTube channel, Run JD Run, probably by the time this comes out. And you can go around and do literally anything you could do in any old Assassin's Creed game. You can assassinate random people on the street, whether they are good or bad. Sorry, this is the sound of the game in the background, but you can also go chop down like a tree, use your bow and arrow, light fires. It's called a video game. Also,
you want to know what the funny thing about that, sir? Did you know that there is like a there's a, who was it? What was it? What was it? Who was it? It was a was it a Spaniard or something? I don't know. There's a different person who is from Hispanic, I think from Hispanic heritage, where you can't kill them. You can't cut them, but you can cut down a random Japanese person at a monk place, but you can't do the same thing to this one specific NPC that is by the dock area, you know? I'm just saying, you know, I'm just kind of like pointing it out, you know? That's basically why they took this specific footage, and then they compared it to like doing the same thing. The Portuguese, the Portuguese one, yeah, that's the one. But they couldn't kill the Portuguese guy, but you could kill Japanese people at a temple. I'm just saying, you know,
it's make-believe. None of this is real, but someone wanted to go out of their way.
It's real to Ubisoft. Remember that. It's real for Ubisoft, right? Fiction means real to Ubisoft, you know? To be fair, in AC Valhalla, you play a Viking and they destroyed a bunch of Christian holy relics. In the interview, they address why holy items are breakable and why NPCs are killable. Makes sense in development, they say. In the final build, it won't happen, allegedly. Is that what they wait? Is that what they said? Allegedly? Interesting. It's funny because they won't do it for because he's an important NPC. Who cares about some random Japanese NPC? This motherfucker. This guy over here, you know.
To go to a shrine inside of the game and chop it into little pieces, which is what we're watching on screen right now and what you can hear in the background. Now, let's just have a little bit of a realistic thought process here. Do we not remember when we assassinated, not in real life, it's a video game, the Pope Francis character in Assassin's Creed 2 as Ezio Auditore de Firenze? Because if you don't remember it, it's quite literally probably on YouTube. I don't know if I could look it up, but let me see. Because I can't remember. I played that game back when I was like in high school or something, maybe younger. Ezio Assassin's Creed Assassination Pope. Yeah, literally you can like the first scene in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood is from the E3 trailer is you like assassinating like a Pope character, bro. Cause you know why? Make believe. It's a freaking video game, dude. I'm so annoyed. But yeah, so hold on. I'm just gonna get.
I love it how everybody, even, you know, the funny thing about it, Dubstep, even the Black Hokage commented under Shuhei's freaking Twitter thing. And even Shuhei called out the Black Hokage. So that's the funny thing about it. They did this in Mirage, which is Bangdad. I'm not sure. I've never played it personally. I love it how for me personally, I love how every single person brings up the Pope, like literally the Pope situation every single time. Every one of them brings up the Pope, dude. Can you give me something different at least? You know, why are we bringing the same thing over and over again? You know, got to see TBH's tweet. Yeah, because I saw it in Shuhei's video. That's the reason why. But he didn't like call him out or anything. But, you know, I'm just saying, you know, he's like, he was like kind of like responding or so to a specific tweet that the TBH kind of responded underneath his that specific post that you saw. I think it was that specific post on Twitter.
To the cutscene.
So yeah.
Him.
Why don't we find out?
Now, mind you, it's a game about assassins and Templars and a make-believe like Black Mirror world where they are trying to fight for the soul of Adam and Eve.
No, it's for the apple, or whatever the fucking it's called. But you do know that they kind of stopped making this storyline, right? I assume he knows this, right? Like they kind of canned the story in like what? In like the first 3 Assassin's Creed games or 4? I'm not too sure, to be honest. When did they stop caring about when did they start throwing away the story into the dumpster again? Was it in Assassin's Creed 3 where they killed what's his face? Desmond or whatever his name is? I forgot what the fuck his name is. So basically everything beyond afterwards is not related to this. He does know this, right? In 3. Did he forget about this? He probably forgot about this. And I haven't even played Assassin's Creed Shadows. And I know this shit.
Like,
just saying.
I can't believe that we're
this specific logic of bringing the Pope in and be like, don't you guys remember that we had to kill the Pope and everything? And we had to fight the Garden of Eden and suck the fucking Pope's dick? I'm like, bro, this is a different story. This is a different story that's only been in 3 games, and then they fucking threw it out the window afterwards. So it's like everything else beyond Assassin's Creed 3 is not related to this, to the first 3 Assassin's Creed games, because the main protagonist is dead. So I'm just saying.
Arguing about this, but don't put a black person in this scenario, because when they're doing it, it's reverse racism, right?
And no one cares if the character is black, dude. Why are we throwing in the race card into this? No one cares. The problem is Ubisoft is making Yosuke this famous legendary samurai, which he never was a legendary samurai to begin with. And then Ubisoft, from their words, said that this is historically accurate. And then sometimes they would say it's not historically accurate. But then they'll retract that statement and say, yes, it is historically accurate. So which is it? This is the problem we're having with the game itself. It doesn't matter if he's fucking black, he's white, he's Asian, he's Indian, he's Native American, he's Polish, he's Alaskan, or he's a fucking penguin for all I care, you know? The problem is that Ubisoft is taking the narrative from Thomas Lockley, who literally made this shit up, and decided to make Yosuke this famous samurai, which was never true. So
right, that's how that works.
He never was. Thomas Lockley lied.
I don't need to watch this whole thing. There it is. He's fighting him. He's fighting him. Oh no.
You can't. It's my destiny.
You know, you do know he's not, you know. You do know he's not a famous samurai, right?
Mine. I am the prophet. You never were.
I feel like this logic, specifically using the Pope's assassination to like kind of like combat people of saying like, oh, do you guys remember that you had to kill the Pope back in Assassin's Creed 2? I'm like, well, the problem is like the story only happened in 3 games, right? And this is completely everything afterwards. All the other Assassin's Creed games after the first 3 games is completely different. It is separated. It's not on the same timeline or the same thing anymore. So
Never. Get it over with, then. Ezio. No.
I'm sorry, but this statement kind of falls flatter. So when I was thinking about it,
I'm done.
Now, remember, we're inside the Animus this whole time, and we're still playing as Desmond. R.I.P. Desmond, because he was one of them ones. I wish we could have still played.
So he still knows. So he knows that he's dead. I do understand the point of why I complain about historical accuracy in AC3. In AC3, Connor is the reason why the British got pushed back, and is a reason for slavery. Good point about taking the story from a sketchy source. I don't know too much about the Assassin's Creed thing as much, because I think I only played it for like a little bit, right? But I wasn't really into Assassin's Creed, in my personal opinion. I mean, if he was well known, then he would definitely be a legendary samurai. Never thought that someone who wasn't a samurai could become a legendary samurai in the blink of an eye. Apparently, he's a famous samurai. Apparently, so
that's him. But yeah, man. Remember make-believe? Remember video games? Remember having a goddamn imagination? All right, well...
Remember that they said historically accurate? Remember they said it's not historically accurate? Remember that they said it is historically accurate? It feels like they kind of like said it multiple times, you know? I'm just saying, you know?
Now you can't when they're black. When they're black and they're samurai.
No one cares if he's black. Oh my god. We can never tell what is historically accurate and or not. Oh yeah. Let's not pretend that Thomas Lockley literally lied to thousands and millions of people on a Wikipedia page, you know? And then everyone used it as an actual source, you know? Let's not pretend that he just lied, okay? Yeah. Totally. Like even the Japanese people who literally like who have the history of him, right? They literally said, right, from all the evidence that they've showed, at least that they have in their possession, none of them complies that he was a samurai. So I'm just saying. Hey, Sierra.
It's too far. It's too far gone. You can have an imaginary friend. You cannot have an imaginary black samurai man who's 6'8". I get it. LeBron James can't hold.
He is pushing this like just being black is the main problem with Assassin's Creed Shadow. He is really pushing this really hard, or so that just because he's black, that's the main problem.
Whatever you racists want to say. All right, so
this is funny.
Yeah, man, Assassin's Creed controversy. It's gonna happen.
The Japanese are twisting the history.
I'm not trying to glaze it. Like I
totally
just thought it was a good game, and I'm not. And I'll say this: playing as what's his face, Yosuke. It's harder than playing as Nyaru. I like playing as her. For the more stealth stuff, because she is the assassin. But if you want to go into like an all-out barrage of just fighting, you can play as Yosuke. And you know, people are going to play it. People are going to just live their lives and they're going to move on, and that's what it's going to be. And then a year from now, we'll be complaining about something else, because that's how the world moves. So Play the game if you want. Don't if you don't want to. If you're a diehard Assassin's Creed fan, I would assume you'd play it because you want to keep up with the story, because there is some sort of linear story to it, or at least my friend who's beaten them all has told me that.
Is there actually a lineage story for this? I thought each Assassin's Creed game was like their own lineage at this point, ever since Desmond died. Because I didn't sense no connection with Assassin's Creed 3 with Assassin's Creed Black Flags, you know? I did hear that Yosuke was a bodyguard for a Italian or Spanish missionary, and Nobunaga asked Yosuke to be his bodyguard. So at the very least, they could have made him a warrior. That would have been better, to be honest, if that was the way how it went. But instead Ubisoft decided to say that no, he is a legendary samurai. You know, he is this unstoppable force. You know, they're glazing the shit out of him. That's the problem. You know. Which he was not glazed. It's like basically like, you know how like all the females from like Wuwa are glazing the rover, right? It's basically that situation, right? But it's just like, I'm like, I barely woke up, number one, all right? I woke up in a fucking ditch, you know, in a crevice somewhere. So I have like zero memory. I don't know why you guys are glazing me so hard to begin with, so.
But yeah, man. Racism gonna racism. Ain't that right?
No one is being racist here. Look, man, I get it. There might be some people who are pretty racist, right? Don't get me wrong, right? There's a lot of stupid people, right? That says like, why is there a black guy or so and blah 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 blah. The problem is like Ubisoft is completely making the game for the wrong reasons. That's number one, right? The funny thing about it too is that they were going to release it in February, which was Black History Month, but then they pushed it back in March. But then they made it even worse because the date that they chose for Assassin's Creed, you know, Shadows was on the worst time for Japanese history, which I won't say, of course, but my comment section can say it, and you guys can say it here too. But yeah. It's like, you know, the things that Ubisoft are doing is just bad after bad after bad after bad after bad. You know, the problem is the game was not made for the sole complexity of fun, you know. It was made with an agenda in mind, you know. I woke up to hear about this game. Now I'm wondering if I got amnesia. This guy's like really pushing it about like, oh, it's because he's black. It's because he's black. It's because he's black.
It's just so much work to be racist. Can't you just not care? Can't you just ignore it? Just ignore those feelings inside of you. If anyone is watching is racist, and you're aware of it, at least you're self-aware. That's step one.
Wow.
Tell me why. I mean, I've gotten some trolls in the comments before where they're like, I just don't.
You see that, chat? He's pointing at everybody here. He's literally pointing everyone here. We're racist. Apparently, we're racist. Every single one of us here in this chat, in my YouTube comments, we're racist, apparently.
It's just that skin of yours, brother. No, just you're so fast. I don't know. But yeah, no. Yeah, feel free to explain why you're racist. That's
okay.
I don't care. I don't know. This is for anyone out there. You could be watching this on the toilet right now. Why are you racist?
Hell yeah! If you pick Basha Hunter and Beast game over AC Shadows on February, you racist. Who's we? I'm black. Black people can't be racist. I don't know about that, man. He's staring at you, bro. He's pointing at you, Dubstep.
Curious. Get some very fun responses out of that. All right, cool.
That's crazy. Look, man, I don't care if the character is black. I really don't care. Yeah, there are actually plenty of reasons why people hate this game. Choosing to ignore them is generally far... I have no idea what that word is, but yeah. It's very funny how he's focusing the racist part like super hard for no apparent reason. Makes no sense.
Welcome to the
Hey, Stella. Welcome, Raiders. How you guys doing? My name is Nyaru. I'm a Nyarlathit VTuber. We're kind of talking about, you know, we're kind of talking about, you know, this Assassin's Creed video or so that this person was like throwing the race card in here. Yeah, because at the end of the day, if you shoot black zombies in Resident Evil, you racist. Shaking my head. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. Yeah, I personally just don't understand it in my personal opinion. It just makes zero sense whatsoever. Take care, Stella. Be safe. But yeah. It's just like he's literally just throwing it. It's like, oh, it's because he's black. You guys are racist, you know? I'm like, no, there are lots of things wrong with the game itself. It isn't just that, oh, Yosuke is black, you know, we gotta hate the game. No. Dubstep, are you sure this is the son of that famous voice actor? Are you really sure? Because I feel like I don't see it, to be honest. It doesn't make me see eye to eye. I don't know. Maybe he grew up. Maybe he probably grew up pretty privileged, I guess. You know, so he probably had a pretty wealthy start. You know, if he was the voice actor of Granddad. So he doesn't see the perspective of like other people. You know. So, but that's just my personal opinion, though. Can't be racist if you hate everyone equally. That's true. That's true. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. I don't know. Personally, in my personal opinion, it's just so dumb that this person is like literally just saying like, oh, it's because he's black, you know? And then everybody who brings the argument of this one here, of the Assassin's Creed 2, it kind of falls short because you want to know the reason why this storyline only lasted for like 3 games. Number 1, right? The Granddad voice actor had 2 sons. He's not an only child. I'm like, it falls short because number 1, it goes by the three the main character Desmond, of course, and then everything else is just its own separate thing, right? All the other Assassin's Creeds beyond 3 is its own like kind of like thing, and also how Ubisoft has said that this is historically accurate, not historically accurate, historically accurate. Like they kept coming back and forth because a lot of them has said the same thing, you know? That was the only problem with this. So I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't like the way how he's thinking. I don't like the way how he just literally just said, you know, you guys are racist. I'm like, there's a lot of things wrong with the game itself. So if you're not opening your eyes to the actual situation and the problem to that, I feel like this person has not played what is that other game? Ghost of Tsushima, to actually like understand the reason why, you know, that Ghost of Tsushima compared to Assassin's Creed Shadows will blow it out of the water, to be honest, in every single way possible. You know, if I had to choose between, you know, Assassin's Creed Shadows and Ghost of Tsushima, I'd rather play Ghost of Tsushima compared to Assassin's Creed Shadows any day of the week. So, but I don't know. Like I said, I don't hate the guy, but I just personally don't like him that he's just throwing to say like, oh yeah, you know, you're racist just because, you know, you don't like black people, you know? And I'm just like, no, that's not the problem, and that's not the situation that we're having right now with the game itself. There's other things that's wrong with it, you know? If you're not understanding, I think you need to talk to actual people from Japan to understand the reasoning. Shuhei, for example, he knows because he's Japanese. He grew up in Japan. So if you just have a conversation with him, you would understand from his point of view of what is wrong with the game itself, you know? I'm just saying. But hey man, you can be ignorant as much as you want. Ignorant is a bliss. So you be you and I do me. But at the end of the day, that's what I think. And everyone else can just be bygones be bygones. So anyways, yeah, that's the end of the video. I just wanted to see this because apparently someone is actually defending Assassin's Creed Black Shadows, which is crazy to be honest. But at the end of the day, what I just learned from the video, I'm racist because I hate black people, apparently. Apparently that's the reason he throws at me, is because I'm racist. That's why. So anyways, that's the end of the video. And peace.